So I'm not actually making a video of this empty lot. We are in the north side of Hamilton, the northwest side of Hamilton. This is Claudia Driscoll Park. There's a play area, there's a skate area, there's a big old amphitheater. I wonder if this is where Shakespeare in the Park was yesterday. Anyway, so this is a neighborhood park. Obviously you've seen a lot bigger parks, but this is one of the neighborhood parks. And one that's not close to the river. Most of the parks here along the river is a couple blocks away. Anyway, I'm just starting from here and I'm going to walk along this road and we're going to see some more stuff kind of related. This says Bitterroot Health, and that specifically is Marcus Daily Hospital. That's our local hospital, and you can see here Bitterroot Health Eye Clinic. So I guess they kind of split up or rebranded different things operated by the same organization. So that's a local hospital, and there's other healthcare around here. And this is the only healthcare for a lot of people in a long way. I mean, of course, there's hospitals in Missoula, but if somebody lives south of here, this is where you go. You know, it's a long way to somewhere bigger. If you look at a neighborhood like this is not as old and classic as downtown Hamilton, where you have a lot of, you know, houses from 1880 through 1920s. It looks like this looks like pretty standard 1970s ranch homes, duplexes. So there is some of this in between the really old house. This is, and then 50s through 70s, and then further on you go to, you know, the 90s and later houses like what I live in. There's also Discovery Care Center, a lot of medical and quasi-medical, you know, stuff around here. And I'm just walking down the street. I'm going in this direction. And over in this direction we have the Hamilton Dog Park, which is another park facility, but as the name tells you, specifically for dogs. I can hear some woofing over there. We have a lot of room around here, so the dog park is pretty spacious. And of course people bring their dogs. You know, we have a lot of outdoor activities. You know, we have all that riverfront trail and stuff, but if you just want like a local in-town dog park, this is it. And I thought there was a way to get to the other side of that, but there's not. So I'm going to have to walk around this way. I'm looking for the river. A lot of places to find the river. I'm looking for one specific part of it. If you look at neighborhoods like this, 10 or 15 years ago in Hamilton, or in a lot of, you know, small towns in Montana or in rural parts of you know, Oregon, Washington, stuff like that, you either did like a duplex like that you could rent for $800 a month or something. Pretty easy to live in these smaller towns. Now I don't even want to think about it. Rental and of course buying prices have gone way up. But that's a complicated story, but I wanted to show kind of like what was the standard neighborhoods in Hamilton. So I'm walking along here, and this road right here, I'm going to take a turn to the left, go up a couple thousand feet to the river. We have some water going on here. And as you can see, this is a very family-oriented neighborhood. And you can also see, we left the town part of town and came here. We're still in town, but it has a little bit of a different vibe here. Just a couple blocks away. Like I said, still a very family-oriented neighborhood. So one reason why there's not a lot of development here, this is right across from the town water treatment plant, which is necessary, but sometimes that's not the most desirable real estate. Also means that the river access is pretty nice because, you know, there's not a lot of people here, or not as much as there could be. So here we basically just have a gravel road and a path down to the river. I'm going to walk that path. I might just walk back to town along that path if I can. So I'm going to walk over this little bridge here, and then there's this path on the other side. And I think that path might go back down south to the center of town without any interruption. I guess I'm about to find out. Here's the canal, and as you can see, well, as you can't see, but in a while this canal will re-enter the water. And right there, next to what looks like a picture of BMO, is the Bitterroot River. You can see it's pretty deep here, kind of pools here, so I think this is a place where people go swimming. Incidentally, when I got to the other side of the dog park is open on both sides, so I could have just walked right through the dog park and saved about 5 minutes. So there's a pro tip for you. Well, there's the bridge up ahead, and I went on that bridge a couple of months ago when I was in Steve Powell Park. And let's see if I can actually, yeah, it looks like the trail leads across the bridge. That's what I want. So here we have a wide, flat beach next to the waterfall. Used to come down here a lot. Of course, then I was on my bicycle. It was a nice, easy bicycle ride from town. And it's a nice time of year to be here in a way. The water is low. Look at that angle that the sun is shining onto the water. So it's obvious, and I don't know why I didn't mention this when we were at near the Sleeping Child a couple days ago. The reason why there is a dam here and why there was a dam there is that it's a way to raise the water table, and it's led off into a canal. And as far as I know, that canal goes by the water treatment plant, but then it might go on, it might be the canal that passes right before you get to Hieronymus Park. Sometimes the routes of the canals confuse me here. I'm crossing this little bridge. We'll be right back in, as this sign says right here, Steve Powell Park. I was here in April. I first got here, and so I'm just walking back, and it probably looks a lot different than it did in April. So this might be about as dry, and we're going to see this because it's August 24th, and so usually around the first week of September is when the climate starts shifting to, autumn rains. But sometimes that can take a while, so it could actually get a lot more dry than this, but probably we're near the end of summer here. So we've reached the river again, and I'm just going to be climbing up the staircase and going back into town. Let's take one more look along the river. So I just climbed up out of the park, and I've completed my loop. So today was kind of a slow, easy day for me. It was a pretty simple walk around town. It's been kind of a busy weekend, so kind of had a nice, restful Sunday walk. And just wanted to show different sides of Hamilton. The city has a lot of different eras that it was built in, a lot of different uses, and the river's all is nice. And we saw just different aspects of things. And I know I've been pretty exhaustive about Hamilton lately. We will see other things, but it's always nice to see a little bit more. And it's pretty much the end of the video, and going to go home and end of the weekend.